Hello, greetings. Thank you for joining us tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Alright, greetings is Alien Disclosure and Hillary Clinton cloning program. I was going to put a question mark at the end of that, but I forgot to do it. So, here we are in the third dimension for right now. There are many shifts going on at this time. Not always be understood. Or as I close my eyes because I'm connecting to everybody. Basically, let's see the top one. Nordic energies. Realize that our energies are very close to your society at this time. There is a lot of fear, but also you can call it no education of how to approach alien connections. So, yes, there's been a disconnect from human and alien for a very long time, since your ancient times. Even our ancient world saw aliens as they saw you. It was a part of life, like you see an animal on your world. And even you humans were allowed to go to other worlds also, if invited. That was very exciting. But for the most part, you had plenty to do here. Yes, there's many traps that brought you down to the third dimension for various reasons. Not all of you needed to go through these lessons, but many of you chose to do so to learn more about yourselves. And now you are here to grow out of these realms being taught to you that this is the only way to be, this is the only reality that you have. You are now opening up the realities and stepping into other dimensional shifts where you feel much different, much better. And that is a big word. Feeling better in another reality. A reality like Earth, but without all the conditions. To do this, to do that. Without the dictatorship of your media and school systems. Where you feel more free. Because you actually learn more when you're not under a dictatorship. And dictatorship comes from your governments, comes from various versions of it. And you as humans will learn more about this because you're going to bring in your own knowledge into each other's energies. As you connect to alien energies, you're tapping into your own knowledge and sharing it with others. Just like a child being born, as soon as the baby talks, or even before the child talks, you feel the energies. Is this an Andromedan baby? Is this an Arcturian baby? What energies are coming from this child? What can we learn from this child? Right now your society said, what can we teach the kid? But realize you're teaching each other. And it's not the child trying to be the parent, it's just that you can learn from each other. And get different aspects of reality together. This is why you're all here to basically, a child is born to take you into a new way of life, basically. Take your life in a new direction. Isn't that happen all the time? Of course, there's a financial burden with having a child in this world because it's making it very difficult to have children because obvious beings do not want you to have children. But many of you find a way to do it anyway. Yes, they don't make it easy for anybody. Even to have a child, to raise a child, nothing is easy. It's because, once again, there's many beings that just do not want a human experience here to be delightful as it could be. We're all learning stronger who you are, and realize also, many are going to have difficulties hearing this, but many of you saw the easier life and chose not to accept it. And choose the harder ones instead. For various reasons. You might be angry about it, and many are. But there will be a light at the end of the tunnel eventually. Many souls took on way more than they can handle, and are not sure how to come out of it. They will eventually, but many of you are going into realize those, yes, that are receiving attacks, you're actually opening up higher dimensional energies. You're just not always feeling. Because as you open up a higher dimension, you get hit. So you are making progress. It's just many beings don't want you to see that progress. You're actually working in the higher realms of astral to bring more knowledge into this world. Astral knowledge is very, very helpful because it's like an easy download. It's like as aliens can appear on your world and connect with you very easily, but a download from the astral world helps also. So how'd you get that download? Oh, you got it from astral, because we can read that pretty quickly. So we don't have all the answers. As much as it might seem like aliens do, we don't. We are here to assist you in your awakening process, yes. Not to interfere, but to help you learn about yourselves. But that does not mean that we're going to be hidden behind a curtain this whole time. And that's why we're speaking through this and other places, this channel and others, to get you used to the energies that we are here. So when we do make our visitations public, the outrage will still exist, but not as strong. You'll have a firm understanding, meaning your channeling connections will be open more wide. Now those that aren't connecting so much right now, don't feel jealousy or anything like that, because you are contributing to the energy fields. You will open up your channels in due time. Remember also, as many that wish things they don't have, that's quite common on your planet. Quite understood also. Well, because you know you're capable of much more than what you're experiencing. And that is true. But you're not always here to experience those things right now. As you go forth into your experience or your human life here, you'll understand more of your multidimensional self. Yes, many of you are doing many things at once at this time in other realities. This one can be a challenging one because opening up this reality is going to help open up other ones, other worlds that are lost. Now think about this. You open up this dimension into an alien aware, a reality where is aware of alien presence. Basically, you talk with alien beings. It's not going to be like what you see on TV. You're not going to have cops. You're not going to have aliens become cops and live among you, and men are having babies and all that. There is an aspect of that can happen, but we don't see that anytime soon, or at all for that matter. I believe that was Alien Nation. Our connection is a lot different than yours. But what we're getting at is that we can, when your planet becomes more alien aware, more highly advanced, through your own work, yes, we will assist, but you will find it on your own also, with our help, of course. You're always getting help. Everyone always gets help from someone. You get help from spirit, you get help from someone. That's how the universe works. It's even reptilians, when they were left all by themselves, the spirit world helped them. They opened up their spiritual selves and tapped into their higher dimensional selves and opened up new possibilities. But also there are other alien beings that did help them. Yes, sometimes they don't want to tell everyone about that, but they do. They actually had carrion beings helping them. Even had carrion beings that were enslaving them, they also had carrion beings helping them. They also had insectoid beings helping them. So yes, they're very advanced, but they all had assistance. But that's the whole point. You still have self-reliance there, for sure. You're still doing an excellent job. And you as human species will definitely open up more to your independence. But what we're getting at is that once you become more connected to alien vibrations and used to our connections and opening yourself up to other dimensions, you will see other versions of Earth and assist those places. You see them on TV, then you get to go visit them. This will be some time down the road. But as you see the zombie worlds, you see other worlds that are like nightmare planets. That's where many of you as alien humans will assist. Not everybody, but there will be many to do so. So taking you from one aspect to another. Yes, these things will take time, but also those that say alien connections will not happen in your lifetime might want to rethink that. You're already having it on a spiritual landscape. Now, opening up to the next level is up to you. Realize we work with your vibrations. Many of you are, yes, open to our energy fields, and that is helping greatly. Realize that door can be opened wider. As we can't go into full details of when we call it touch down, but the likelihood is getting stronger and stronger. As once again, we will call it more education than fear and clearing. You're getting more educated into the energies. Basically just getting used to the idea of that we exist for the most part. Yes, there's several beings here. Some would much rather actually connection with a reptilian being than actually a Palladian being. Everyone has their preference. There's nothing wrong with that. Warning you about the diversity of your world. There will be a time on your world where there will be sightings more than you can ever imagine. Not to take you out of your daily life, but just realize there will be a time when you get used to sightings and you expect them to happen on a daily basis. It's just where, when, and how. And what does it look like, and where's the proof? Proof is not always important to us, because realize there are some beings that want to deceive. As for alien visitation, always space, using CG and all that, that's expected. But also, that is technically helping us. As much it might, even if it has deception energies around it, it is at least putting the alien vibrations out there. It's getting people's attention. That's all that matters. It's getting them used to the idea. Even if they think it's CG, it's also giving them used to the idea where there's a possibility of someone out there. Because the curiosity is there. Even if, and it's like, wow, that might be fake, but what about a real one? So it does have its positives. So realize the real energies will come through no matter what. And your world is, yes, we're taking our time with your world. Not to bring in too many heavy energies too soon. Realize, yes, we can overpower your planet with our energy fields. Not to try, but it can be a little bit much being around us. Yes, as for your Hillary Clinton cloning programs, realize a lot of her clones are not operating as they used to. They're also keeping a low key. Yes, they do exist. There's, in some ways, there's like a clone factory. Yes, to a degree. It is in another dimension. It is not there for your favorites to keep the propaganda going. Basically, her soul itself is not as powerful as it used to be and kind of drowning itself out. But the clone energies are still getting. So she's still here. She's actually functioning within different clone bodies that aren't as strong as they used to be. Her energies are still here. She has not gone completely, as you can see. Meaning sometimes people might think it's somebody else there. It is her. It's just she's in different varied versions of her body at this time. Another way for her to pull out of this world when the time is right. So as you can say, she's testing different versions. Some are working well, some are not working so well. So there's different variations of clone you can connect to. There are clone souls, but that one's not a clone soul. It comes and goes. Yes, there are times where it can be. Realize also your society, your entire media center is a clone reality. You can say it's even being broadcast from another ship, another dimension. Yes, it is in your physical, but a lot of the program is coming from somewhere else. How would it feel if, yes, you have a lot of humans doing your media programs, but they tell you like there's an insectoid being telling them what to say? Or Archon being, for that matter. Yes, it's an Archon grid around it, but you'd be surprised the alien energies that are around your society that are more rapid than you realize. Yes, there is a feline presence here, but there's also a insectoid energy. For various reasons, not all here to deceive, but some of them, you'd be surprised how many insectoids. There's one that's like really wants to give it to your human race, and others that actually want you to know the truth. So it's going to be a little bit of both. Realize from our perspective, yes, it is quite a different world than what you're used to. So you go by the energies that you're connected to. Yes, many of you are blocked at this time to know the higher dimensional energies. You're knowing what you need to know. Basically, a lot of you can actually go more into the fourth dimension, many of you, but many of you kind of clock that down slightly so you can interact with humans here, basically to be at a third dimensional level. You realize at a fourth dimensional level you're ready just to fly off the planet, basically, to some degree. But sometimes you need to be part of your environment. It's kind of like being in a jungle and you kind of have to cloak yourself to be, like you look like the trees, you look like just so you kind of blend in. Because if you open up your fourth dimensional self, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb. Some of you already do, but you're in isolated areas, it's okay. But for others, you're out in a crowded area, you're at work, it's like you're going to look really weird. You're not, it's fine, but it's not by your, because other people feel more comfortable. It's like if you're at your power, because many can be at their higher power right now, but you're actually slowing yourself down to interact with your world. So some wonder about, what am I doing for the world? You'd be surprised you're doing it right now by being you. Because some of you out there, or many of you, feel like you can go a step higher. And you can, but you're at the level where you are because of those around you. Because your environment, you just need to be. So you're kind of like you're in disguise to some degree. You are an alien in a human form. Basically. Some of you can change your features, your facial features, or your vibration, and show more of an insect energy, a canine energy, whatever it might be. Now's not the time for that. That time is to help the human race find itself. It's having a lot of difficulties in its direction because it's being distracted into a lower dimension energy due to, if you want to call it the dark forces, it's many forces that, yes, they do come from Egypt. It's much further than that. You call it ancient Atlantean beings that truly felt like the overlords of your planet, basically. They are, yes, connected to voodoo. They're connected to the magicians of your past, basically. It's like the best way to control a planet through magic is not being seen. Hidden magic works the best. As you can see, it works. Now, the magician on your world, there are many, but many do tricks and like Houdini and things like that. They're allowed to exist because you can't keep everything shut down. So be glad you're allowed to see some kind of magic. Of course, magic lives within everything. Technologies, through animal life, through everything. Through you, through your senses. Every being, it has magical. It's like it's hard to keep that magic self totally isolated. Many come from other worlds, incarnate into your world, they just can't keep their magic in. They just have to keep doing things to change realities, and there's a whole other story on that. But the magicians on your world that are controlling your society, as you can see, are hidden. The greatest magic trick in the world is the one not seen. And you're experiencing that right now. For now. As for where the world is going, it's up to humans are making their own choices. We come here to assist you to what do you want to experience? You want to get used to this whole idea of alien energies around you? Maybe say, oh, that's not real, and go back into the program society. Many of you is like, there's something else to all this. So you're allowing more of yourself to be activated, plugging into the higher dimensions. So you're disconnecting from, yes, the Archon reality. Yes, you might tune into it here and there, but you're not letting it affect you. You might see the news, you might see a movie here and there, but that's nothing like, you're not falling into that matrix of that movie, that matrix of that song. You might hear it, but you're from an outsider point of view. Once again, we have to be careful on what we do, because really, yes, we get affected very much when we do make our appearances. Doesn't mean we won't. we are in places that have a low vibration to bring up those energy fields, and there's a lot of them out there. Africa is definitely one of them, because Africa is causing a lot of difficulties for the world itself. There's a lot of harp energies there. They're not necessarily seen in your dimension. It causes a lot of weather anomalies, such as hurricanes. That's where they're created. It's not just there, it's other things that are created. You can be in Africa and create storms in your Switzerland and your Cincinnati, just to give you an idea. I mean, if you've been strolling through Africa and find, well, it's not an easy place to find. It's not easy to find, but it is there. There's a lot of hidden structures, a lot of things there that you will eventually tap into. The monuments of your past kind of give you an idea that maybe not all the aliens left altogether, and they haven't. They might have moved somewhere else, but they're still in the continent. Because they connect to the vortexes. They connect to the Egyptian vortexes, connect to, Sudan, other places like that. Even the oceans, they connect to those vortexes also, to give themselves power. As you get to understand your world, you will have a better way of, you allow more of your alien energies to come through, more of your psychic abilities. Because yes, another way of looking at it, you acknowledge your psychic abilities, acknowledging your spiritual abilities. You can say technically it's like a graduation from this world, at least from your lifetime, your lifetimes here. Just acknowledging it, using what you can. Not going to be perfect. You don't have to go on psychics, RS on 1-800-PSYCHIC. But the more you're aware of your abilities, it's most likely you're not going to have another incarnation here. It's like, look, I've warned, because you wonder what life's about. Life is about keeping you cloaked. Your energy is cloaked. You not knowing about yourself. Keeping you as an engineered insectoid human. Getting up, going to work, doing the matrix. Doing what you're told, basically. When you're unwrapping yes, you're going to still be a part of it to a degree, but you're also seeing there's other layers. And that is showing that your life cycle on this world is coming to an end. Now, some incarnate again, because they're not done yet. You won't know who you are. And you're just like, oh no, I don't have another one, do I? Most of those are a no. Those that want to come back will already know it. So it changes in the air for this lifetime. Even for yourself, but also for alien connections will continue to get stronger. If you see us or not, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I know many would wish to see us, but realize it depends on your human energies here. As more of your humans become aware of our presence here, you will see us more here. Because the energies is more welcome. Right now, when people talk about aliens and contact, I imagine, we know, many humans are like, whoa, what? Fear, anger, whatever it might be, a step back is usually what happens. It's not time for that. It's a time for anything right now. It's up to you. We're not saying an ultimatum or anything. Like, if you don't believe this, we're not going to show up. We will show where we are allowed to show. We'll appear where we aren't harmed ourselves. We want to protect you, we gotta protect ourselves too. We can't just appear out of nowhere, without, we have to be careful of all these elements that you're not aware of, which is fine. It's probably best you don't know right now, but eventually you'll see. Because basically, if we're seen and we're not supposed to be, it depends on how we do it. We can get technically penalized for it. From your world, not from ours. It's some of the beings have abused it in the past. Just like as you have heard it before, it only takes a few to ruin it for everyone. So we are allowed to be seen in the skies. But the crop circles are allowed to a certain degree. Some find it useful, others don't find it useful at all. Other than ruin somebody's crop. Some feel it's useful because it's a message for the world. It gets everyone's attention. And yes, that is a showing of our energies, or these alien energies. And there's a collective force there. It's not just our terrain beings. There's many beings that are involved with that. They fear it's useful for your world, but they also connect to the farmers of those lands before they do those things, and they get the okay. Yes, it's done in astral, but it is, because many of them do welcome it. Some of them's like, I can't believe I said okay to this. What do I do now? But many of them are very welcome, and they see things that are not on their news. Meaning, not just sightings, but visitations from not always the most friendly beings. Always men in black beings. Yes, they do exist there. They are causing, yes, your men in black do cause a lot of difficulties for how people think. Some of them are helpful, a lot of them aren't. Once again, keeping you in the third dimensional mix. Basically, it's like they see how people are, even your elites do this, and they kind of already predict your conversations before you make them, so you wonder about privacy. Well, it's like when they come out with a new music video or movie, you see how the collective minds are holding on to that vibration, how it works. People are wrapped up paying, was it $5,000 to see a movie? See that collective mind, the hive mind energies at work. You wonder how the hive mind works. There you go. Wonder how mind control works. There you go. It's just there's a lot of manipulation going on. Now, it doesn't mean that there's not anything to learn from it in a positive. There's our alien energies being introduced into your world. On the movies, but also showing as the movie aliens get more popular, the alien aliens get more popular. It depends on what you call popular. Our energies get stronger, let's put it that way. Now, we're not in a panic or anything like that, but there are many scenarios where we can be seen on your world and be welcomed by society. Now, we don't need to go into right now. So, in many scenarios where we can actually technically show up on your world today, but we're not necessarily, well, there's various reasons for it. Not even we have a full control of what's going on. Because the spirit world works funny with us as it does with you. We have a more understanding of it, but we don't have a full understanding, not always. Oh yes, the mind control of your clone energies, yes, it's very rampant. It is very much in your media, and your Hollywood mostly in your media. Your media is the easiest one to control. It's like the weaker minds, the bigger the paycheck, you can say. It's true. The stronger the minds, those are investigative reporters. They're the ones that question everything. They're difficult to control, as you can probably see. You don't see them on your mainstream news. They don't have a face. They're hidden usually for various reasons. And they do, like the situation in Iran where a journalist, I believe, was kidnapped. Yes, the Iranian government, yes. There are the real journalists are investigative journalists. And they do tap into our alien energies. We do help them, too. They're the only ones we can talk to. The other ones are totally gone. Your mainstream media, maybe not all of them, but majority of them are. But your investigative reporters, they're the fascinating ones. Because they're open to anything. Aliens, sure, give me one. Prove it. Even if it's just a bunch of hype, it's so fascinating because they're like detectives to a certain degree. It depends on the journalist, of course. And a lot of your true journalists are not allowed in the United States. They are, but they're tight-lipped for various reasons. And there's also propaganda, such as your Watergate propaganda energies. That was a lot of this investigative reporters. Yes, there's some of that. A lot of that was orchestrated. So, Pentagon Papers. That, not yes and no on that. There was a little bit of both on that. So as your energy, as you human race knows more about alien vibrations, trusting yourself, you'd be surprised how open you truly become. Open up your realities. Realize there's much more than this energy field alone. Yes, we're not always going to have messages for everyone constantly. They have various reasons. Sometimes it's like Christmas, you can wait one time a year. It's like sometimes we can overdo it. So every once in a while, an energy from us to you, galactic updates, we're basically showing we are here. It's up to you what you feel from the vibrations. And you can receive your own galactic updates. Basically knowing that this will be a safe departure from this reality into another one. Yes, the idea is safety. You feel comfortable with alien visitations. That's probably the best wording of it, without using the word fear. Fear isn't a quite understood word, but comfortable with alien interactions, comfortable with, yes, strangeness, but you are strange also. A human race with different colored humans, and that's all you have. Where's your elephant humans? Where are your insectoid humans? You're missing out. That's where all the excitement is. Yes, there is excitement to be on a human world, yes, of course, but there's so much more you can deliver into your reality. Tiger beings. Some of your tiger beings are quite humorous. Your reptilians are humorous, but your tigers are also very funny. So, yes, we're not going to bring all of that into your world just yet. But realize also that our presence is very strong with you. And just, many of you are, yes, waiting. We realize that. Well, it just, like I said, the comfort energies of our existence is much needed. For those that are understanding that we exist, and understanding that you can make contact with us, can be kind of spooky at first, but then after the spooky is over, you want more and more and more. So that's why our presence is here, to get you used to. Yes, we can't take you out of this reality too soon, because when you connect to us, you feel like you're, rejuvenated. You feel like you can run a marathon, and that's fine. But we have to be careful, because yes, you'll have a high, but then you'll go back down to the third dimension and feel very, oh gosh, and then you'll be kind of, I wish I had that connection again, and you feel just off. So yes, that's another reason we have to be careful on how we do interact with you. So the last thing we want to do is have a visitation with humans. Well, we just show up at a barbecue or something, and you feel that high, and then we leave, and it's like, now what? Now we're all depressed. So that's what we're working on right now. So we can interact with you and have a combined energy with each other. Blessings to you. Well, that was unexpected. Alright. That was really unexpected. Very good. Alright, much love everyone. Take care. Talk to you soon tomorrow.